Okay. 6 o'clock, call a meeting to order. Sarah, will you do the roll call?
John Hardy.
Here.
Linda Barnhart.
Present.
Eric Gall.
Here.
McKenna Norton.
Present.
Tim Lewis.
Present.
Daniel Gant.
Here.
Michael Bush.
Here.
Ronald Truitt.
Present.
Troy Barrett. Brandon Franklin.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum, a big quorum. We don't usually have that many people, but we'll be thankful for what we got. First project on the agenda is approval of the agenda.
Move to approve.
Motion of Mr. Goff, second by, who was that? Mr. Truitt, to approve the agenda as submitted. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the agenda's approved. No one to speak under the open governmental. Let the record show that there's no one there. Approval of meeting minutes.
Move to approve.
Motion by Mr. Goff to approve the meeting minutes, second by Mr. Truitt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain due to absence.
Abstain due to absence, please.
2 abstentions, Mr. Bush and Mr. Gant. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we got that already, don't we? Public hearings, Southbrook.
The first public hearing tonight's a request for final plat approval. It's project Southbrook, Section 2, Phase 7B, lots 240 through 251, 264 through 274, 289 through 299, and open space B2 and stormwater management lot 32. Files 2507-217, and the developer is Chandler's Glen LLC. The engineer is Gordon. It's located in the Mill Creek District, tax map 3, parcel 9, and is located on Shiley Road, approximately 0.3 miles north of Hatchery Road. This final plat's proposing 34 residential lots on 14.99 acres to be served by public water and sewer. The final plat meets the requirements of the subdivision ordinance, therefore staff recommends final plat approval contingent upon receipt of surety in the amount of $533,400 even. Plat to be released upon receipt of surety and signed developer's agreement.
Thank you. Do we have anyone to represent Southbrook, Chandler's Glen?
My name is Mark McDonald. I'm with Integrity Federal Services,
Thank you.
representing the client.
Public hearing, questions or comments regarding this project? Let the record show that there is none.
Move to close public hearing.
Motion by Mr. Goff to close public hearing,
Second.
second by Mr. Gant. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearing is now closed. Planning Commission members, do you have questions of Mr. McDonald or of the staff?
There are none. I make the motion we accept staff recommendation and approve the final plat contingent upon receipt of surety in the amount of $533,400. Plat to be released upon receipt of surety and signed developer's agreement.
Second.
All right, I have a motion by Mr. Gant, second by Mr. Franklin, to approve the staff recommendation, and that is contingent upon receipt of surety in the amount of $533,400. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next project is Welltown CSP.
This public hearing's a request for concept plan approval. The project is Welltown CSP, file 2509-266. The developer is Nishi REIT, and the engineer is Integrity Federal Services. It's located in the Hedgesville District, tax map 38, parcel 23. The project's located at the intersection of Dry Run Road and Welltown Road. The developer's proposing a gas station with a 6,077 square foot convenience store with a drive-through and a 2,992 square foot restaurant with a drive-through on 5.32 acres to be served by public water and sewer. No waivers or exceptions have been requested. On October 28th, 2025, County Engineer Doug Smith deemed the above-mentioned project compliant with the subdivision ordinance. The concept plan meets the requirements of the subdivision ordinance, therefore staff recommends approval of the concept plan and advancement to the detailed site plan stage.
Okay, do we have anyone to represent the project?
My name is Mark McDonald with Integrity Federal Services, representing the client.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. Questions or comments regarding Welltown CSP? Please come forward, state your name, address, and any comments you might have regarding this project.
There is no one to move to close public hearing.
Second.
Let the record show that there's no one to speak from the public. Have a motion by Mr. Goff, second by Mr. Gant, to close public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearing is now closed. Planning Commission members, do you have questions of Mr. McDonald or of the staff?
Madam President, I have 2 questions, please.
Sure.
Good evening, Mr. McDonald. I saw on the notes on the drawing, in consideration of light issues with regard to the adjacent residential parcel. Of course, there's a screening buffer. What consideration is there for noise? Looks like there's a queuing line that's right on that residential property line along the buffer. So in the evaluation process, what consideration will there be for minimizing noise to the adjacent residential property? Or what noise is generated from a queuing line?
A good question, Mr. Bush.
Okay,
Um,
understood.
We don't specifically have a noise ordinance. It would be something that the planning commission would have to, in their own recommendation, would recommend that a noise study is done. I can tell you if they're doing it, and more than likely that is, an 8 to 10 foot high wall.
Yeah, I mean, the county has a noise ordinance.
Just based on decibels.
This,
Right, so how do you measure that in advance?
that noise ordinance that is, I don't know if you could convert it to the same principle, but if, I don't think that noise ordinance, it's very generous.
Yeah, I guess my concern is to straddle and adjacent, and they're not, I guess, the adjacent residential property owners in here, but my concern is straddling an adjacent residential neighbor with an issue in the future that they'll have to enforce as some sort of private cause of action when maybe there is or maybe there isn't evaluation that can be done on the
I
front
mean, it
end.
would have to be a series of separate noise study that is done. Especially in these situations, I can tell you just for a tractor trailer sitting there idling while it's unloading, it's usually an 8 to 10 foot high wall, just FYI.
And that is not staff's recommendation, though,
Yeah, I mean, we asked for screening above.
plants and trees.
Well, they can use a fence. It just
They
depends.
can use
At
it.
this point, they haven't
They haven't.
determined what they're gonna use,
Right.
so we could talk to the developer about it and see what they're gonna use. I don't know how close the adjacent structure is to the drive-through, so I'd take a look at that too, bring that into play, but they haven't determined what they're gonna use yet.
Gotcha. So is it fair to say that this can be an ongoing conversation while the concept plan moves on? It just seems like it seems like it's a given that noise could likely be an issue, but there's no requirement, and the solution is an 8 to 10 foot high wall, but there's no requirement for that.
Right,
Okay.
we don't specifically call out the noise study.
Understood. And then the second question I have is more just generally, several meetings ago down, what's the road there? Shellbar. I believe we talked about a rather large subdivision down Shellbar. I was opposed to it for a couple of reasons. One of them was the ongoing traffic issue. I understand that the traffic study is pending on this project. 1,700 average daily trips is no small project, in my opinion, and I'm worried that there were several other projects, I think, going on at the same intersection, right? And the comment then was, well, Department of Highways is reviewing all of them and will come up with some sort of requirement or proposal. Are we straddling later developers with fixing the problem? Is this like a race to the first permit and it's everybody else's problem after that?
The development that you're referring to at Shellbar, that developer requested all those approvals be rejected, taken away, and they walked away from the property.
We told them that we couldn't pull the approvals, obviously, without action from you guys, but they've walked away from that project.
So there is no other traffic generator other than this project now at this area that we know.
Okay.
Now, that being said, they still have to go get this traffic study. And just going from the other, with the process that went on with the development at Shelburne, what's happening here, I mean, what you see, the entrances, where they are, and the number, I don't know how that pans out once the traffic study is done.
Right.
That's a road we have to go down.
But there's no other pending project that within this traffic configuration, there would seem to be some sort of level of unfairness, I guess I'm saying. I don't want to create a system where, you know, the first to get a permit approval gets to build their project, and then the next developers have to.
I would think it would, you know, they have been doing the cost sharing, which is what they did on 9, you know, with the roundabout at Ridge Road, and then the traffic signal back at the top of the hill there in your place.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's been, DOE's been collecting up cost sharing from everybody. They say, come online, you have the development across the street, the industrial park.
And the
then
church.
At Ridge Road, you have the peanut.
Yeah.
So everybody has kind of been contributing into a kitty that I take it the DOE will pay, not DOE, DOH
yeah.
will pay for it.
Yeah, and this is a similar conversation too that we had, John, I think you brought it up, there was an apartment building somewhere on 11. Yes, and it was like, well, it's the next developer's problem. And I think that's not a Berkeley County problem, but it's something that I want to be cognizant of, kind of from a fairness aspect, but.
We try to make sure when they get these scoping studies.
Yeah.
A lot of this really depends on the engineers of telling usually they don't hire the traffic engineer, typically the developer will. When I see those scoping studies, that's our point to interject in and help DOH and say, hey, Shellbark's no longer here. Or, hey, don't forget there's 3 other developments here that are coming online. You know, we try to throw all these into the pot so that we can get a truer sense of a better decision.
Right.
Sometimes I don't even see the scoping studies till, you know, they've already started the traffic studies. It's like, hey, wait a minute, you know, don't forget about this thing over here, because DOH can only keep up with some. So we try to make sure that we get either the projects that went away and pulled because DOH doesn't know a lot. Especially here, like when the Sheets was going in, and then the Sheets walked away, and then Shellbark came online. You know, we were trying to keep DOH abreast of, hey, don't ask them to do this study. They're not coming.
Yeah, makes sense. Thanks for those efforts.
But
Thank you.
Mr. Bush did touch on something that's a common problem that DOH needs to address, at least in Berkeley County, is some type of cost sharing measures, because what happens is the first, you know, you may get the first developer in and he gets his, you know, traffic study and there's no action needed. And maybe by the time you get to the second or third project, then all of that falls onto that developer. So there, you know, there should be some type of cost sharing, escrowing, and even if it's not even, with the amount of development that we are starting to produce in the county, maybe if there's no action needed there, maybe that money could be escrowed for actions needed somewhere else. You know, like, you know, we're looking at putting a new intersection on 901 where it goes out to the one behind Spring Mills subdivision and then goes out, I can't remember the name of those roads. St. Andrews, you know, so maybe if there's something that's affected in that area, that there should be some cost sharing, but that's got to be a discussion with the Department of Highways.
And we did ask them when they were here the last time, I've proposed this a couple of times, DOH, can there be a prorated share cost sharing agreement for some of these future improvements
Sure.
that we know we're gonna need in 5 years, but, you know, everybody going in around the intersection needs to be contributing now, not the guy at the last. And
Not
their
the,
whole thing was they can't collect money unless there's an actual started project number that they have at DOH. So they don't collect anything. So this guy, I mean, you know, not in a bad way, just this person could come in, he gets approved because he's used up all the capacity of that intersection and signal. He gets in free, but now there's no capacity left, and, you know, technically the next person, well, they're in a no-go situation. So yes, it isn't, it's not a fair process. I don't know how to fix it, but we've posed that question several times to DOH, and the answer I've gotten back every time, and so has Laura, when she's been there, is they can't collect money for something that they don't have an open project for on the books.
Makes sense.
Who would you suggest, maintain that escrow account?
I don't know how that would work. I mean, it would probably take some type of legislation to say who collected and where it stayed. I don't know if that would be collected by the county commission and held in an escrow in the county where it was done, but obviously he's correct. I mean, DOH is not gonna collect money on a project that doesn't exist yet.
Right.
And it's, you don't really know what's going to it, what could possibly come there. So it really is a shot in the dark, but I don't really know how that would be collected or who would hold those monies and who would determine and deem how it would be spent. I mean, that's, you could really get into some gray areas there, so, but.
Jeff, do you want to take a look at something like that from a legal standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything in the law yet.
Right. Okay. Well, this is only a 5-acre parcel, or a little over 5 acres. And unless I'm looking at the map wrong, it's on the northwest corner of the road. Is that correct?
It is.
So you're saying a barrier fence around it, and there's,
Well, no, just for the residential pieces.
On the drive-through where the restaurant
Yeah,
is.
on the top.
oh, you're calling that, okay.
There's a house.
There's a
right there.
house beside it.
That's the Bartles property. There's a 25-foot, but there's a 25-foot buffer that's in the drawing.
That's correct.
Right, and in that 25-foot, we could do vegetation, some type of vegetation.
No, it's not like it's on the line.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, the drive-through has to technically be 2 feet from that buffer, so it's essentially, the drive-through will be
27.
27 feet from the edge of the
Right.
property line.
Mhm.
so it's a drive-through restaurant,
So yeah, the drive-through is the part that would be adjacent to the.
but it's a
Yeah.
restaurant, drive-through
So
restaurant.
the developer has 27 foot to be able to work within, to putting some type of vegetation or whatever as a sound barrier.
Yeah, but they did, this plan did present a lot of truck parking. We're seeing some of them coming in, so that should be a help because you won't have.
Trucks
Some of
idling.
the convenience gas stations are getting significant, layover traffic, a lot of truck traffic. This, they didn't show that, so there's not hardly any parking. Anyway.
Well, 5 acres isn't very much property for a tractor trailer to,
Well,
Park
go
it.
to others at Harlem. They don't have 5 acres, and it's pretty crowded. It's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, that's not ideal. Okay, if there's no further questions, well, how about a motion?
Miss, could I just? Mr.
Sure,
Clerk?
sure.
We did have a pretty extensive meeting with DOH on this and just trying to come up with a solution of, something, either a light, a circle, something. They would not commit to anything. We
Yeah,
even
not,
offered.
not surprised. Yeah.
It's also, it's maybe a little difficult on this drawing, but there's a parcel across Welltown that we offered the DOH, like, hey, we could work with you, that you could take some of that property to do a roundabout or what is that, figure eight? Type of-
Peanut.
They
The
call
peanut.
it.
So we did try to get some answers from DOH.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Not very forthcoming, are they?
No.
Okay, if there's no further questions or comments, I'm ready for a motion.
I'll make the motion, we accept staff recommendation, approve the concept plan, advance to the detailed plan stage.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Gant, second by Mr. Goff, to accept staff recommendation and to advance the project CSP to the site plan, detailed site plan. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I need to recuse for the next project.
Okay, let the record show. Mr. Gant is recusing from Spring Mills Commons.
This is a request for detailed site plan determination. The project is Spring Mills PUD Commercial Flex Space, filed 2503-062. The developer is Spring Mills Commons LLC and the engineer is Fox and Associates. It's located in the Falling Waters District, tax map 14, parcel 1.13. The project's located along the east side of TJ Jackson Drive, approximately 1,000 feet south of Hammonds Mill Road. The developer's proposing mini storage, RV parking, and a 48,000 square foot flex use building on 14.99 acres to be served by public water and sewer. No waivers or exceptions have been requested. On August 26, 2025, County Engineer Doug Smith deemed the above-mentioned project compliant with the subdivision ordinance. The detailed site plan meets the requirements of the subdivision ordinance. Therefore, staff recommends detailed site plan determination and advertising of a public hearing for consideration of detailed site plan approval at the January 5th, 2026 Planning Commission meeting.
Okay, do we have anyone to represent the project?
Gordon Hoffman at Fox and Associates.
Thank you. This is a, no, it's not a public hearing. Do you want to tell us what you're doing, or you brought something to show us, so,
This is a project for Allen Henry.
Mhm.
This is basically gonna build out the rest of the commercial area on the east side of TJ Jackson. 901's out here at the edge of the paper, Rox is right here, Wendy's is right here, the hotel's here. So this is the mini storage, it's basically expansion of what he already has. There's a stormwater structure here. This is the flex building. Probably some businesses, maybe with a sales counter, window tinting, a plumber that has a sales counter, something like that. There's a stormwater facility here for that building. Quantity controls done by the regional pond that's way to the south of here along 81. These are just for water quality. And the RV parking's here, the gravel.
okay, planning commission members, do you have questions of Mr. Poffenberger?
My apologies. I need to also recuse for conflict of
Let the
interest.
record show that Mr. Franklin's also recusing. Okay, planning commission members, do you have questions of Mr. Poffenberger?
Madam President, I make a motion to accept staff recommendation for detailed site plan determination and advertising public hearing for consideration of detailed site plan approval at the January 5th, 2026 Planning Commission meeting.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Bush, second by Mr. Goff, to accept staff recommendation, and that is to conduct a public hearing on January 5, 2026, and consider the detailed site plan for approval at that time. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Patriot Federal Credit Union. Let the record show that Mr. Gant and Mr. Franklin resume when the meeting.
This is a request for detailed site plan determination for Patriot Federal Credit Union in Butler's Crossing. The file is 2505-159. The developer is Patriot Federal Credit Union and the engineer is Frederick Seibert and Associates. It's located in the Mill Creek District, tax map 6, parcel 55.3. The project's located northeast of Duella Drive and Winchester Avenue intersection within the Butler's Crossing Commercial Center. The developer is proposing a 2,883 square foot bank with drive-through on 1.48 acres to be served by public water and sewer. No waivers or exceptions have been requested. On August 19th, 2025, County Engineer Doug Smith deemed the above-mentioned project compliant with the subdivision ordinance. The detailed site plan meets the requirements of the subdivision ordinance. Therefore, staff recommends detailed site plan determination and advertising of a public hearing for consideration of detailed site plan approval at the January 5th, 2026 Planning Commission meeting.
Do we have anyone to represent the project?
Good evening, I'm Trevor Frederick, engineer, Frederick Simon Associate, representing the applicant tonight.
Thank you. Planning Commission members, do you have questions of Mr. Frederick or not?
Hearing none, Madam President, I make the motion to accept staff recommendations for detailed site plan determination, advertise a public hearing at the January 5th, 2026 Planning Commission meeting for detailed site plan approval.
I have a motion by Mr. Bush, second by Mr. Mr. Franklin. Conduct a public hearing on January 5, at which time the detailed site plan should get approval. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Laura, how did the meeting go?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
About an hour and a half.
I forgot all about it. I'm sorry. I came home and remembered at 6 o'clock. I missed the meeting. Sorry.
Mr. Bush and Mr. Lewis held it down.
All right.
Yeah.
Kudos. Okay, if there's nothing else that we have to discuss.
Move to adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Goff at 6:26.
Second.
Second by Mr. Truitt. All those in favor?